Destiny, a game full of potential, a game that grips gamers' hopes and aspirations across the globe. Well, Destiny 1 at least. Hey guys, Neebles for the win here with a different type of video. Today we're going to take a brief look into the history of Destiny and why it holds such a big spot in my heart, how it single-handedly created the Sweet Potato Squad, and how it led me to meet some of my best friends. We'll also be diving into the history of Destiny 2, which after a brief honeymoon period of the game being launched, broke our hearts. Destiny 2 has been through quite a lot of changes as well, so we'll be looking into the changes made to this game, examine where it is now, and determine if it's still worth giving Destiny 2 a shot here in about the middle of 2020. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. The highly anticipated, adored by many, sci-fi shooter Destiny launched September 9th, 2014, and man, was it a successful launch. The game sold 325 million in copies in the first week alone, which is around 5 million copies considering some of the more higher priced collector's editions. The game took the internet by storm, creating tons of hype and creating a bunch of amazing content creators. Here on YouTube, Dado.
Hello everyone, my name is Dado and I make YouTube content for Bungie's new game, Destiny.
Sir Demetrius.
Alright guys, welcome to the video today. So this video is going to be like a little channel update.
And Mtashed.
Hi everyone, Mike here, or Mtashed, with another episode of Crucible School.
Just to name a few of my personal favorites. The game also personally changed my life as I found a great group of friends, most of which are still around today, and you know us all as the Sweet Potato Squad. Without this game, I may have never met or became friends with these amazing people, which is why I hold Destiny 1 so highly and always consider it my favorite game of all time when I'm faced with that typically dreaded and unacceptable question. But this is a Destiny 2 retrospective video after all, so let's get right into that. The highly anticipated, adored by a bit less, sci-fi shooter Destiny 2 launched September 6th, 2017, and well, sales numbers were not really blatantly made, although when doing my research, the term less than 50% of sales made by Destiny 1 does come up quite a bit. This is to be expected somewhat when it comes to sequels, as the majority of Destiny 1 players at launch did not last through to the very end. That was mainly reserved to dedicated hardcore players such as myself and players who caught on towards the end of the game. The launch of Destiny 2, however, was quite successful. It found praise in almost every aspect of the game, as many players, both new and old, could not help but compare it to its predecessor, which, I mean, makes complete sense. The Destiny 2 storyline actually had substance, which was severely lacking from the story in Destiny 1. As the Red Legion descended upon the tower, completely destroying it, stripping the light from all guardians, you couldn't help but feel a sense of helplessness. The story sees you making your way to reclaim your light and see an end to the Red Legion, and it's amazingly detailed and fleshed out head honcho of a villain, Dominus Gall.
Welcome to a world without light.
New PvE changes were met with great applause, such as lost sectors and adventures, as well as new abilities and entirely new subclasses to wield as you slam dunk on space baddies throughout our very own galaxy. Even PvP changes were seen as a great change and a welcome one, even if PvP isn't for you. Me. I hate PvP. So, what happened? Destiny 2 lost a lot of people in its player base, a lot faster than the original Destiny game did, and as a PvE nerd myself, I pin the majority of the cause into this one simple issue. Destiny is a loot shooter, and Destiny 2 is a loot shooter, but where's the loot? Okay, yeah, sure, there is loot per se, and you can end up with a good amount of exotics by the time you reach end game. But where's the excitement? Where's the awe in finally getting your hands on a coveted exotic like the infamous Gjallarhorn in Destiny 1? I never ever saw the galley myself. I got fortunate enough to buy it from Zerd the weekend of August 14, 2015. Yes, I remembered the weekend. Almost an entire year after the game came out. Man, staying up until 3 a.m., 4 a.m., flying to the tower with the boys and checking Zerd's inventory every single week was such a beloved pastime of mine, and when we saw the Gjallarhorn, bro, it's almost enough to make a grown man cry. Destiny 2, however, gave me a grand total of, wait for it, 0 of those moments. Why? Because exotics were seen as no better than legendaries with some cool perks, and yeah, sure, they were cool, as exotics are meant to be, but that feeling was seemingly gone. Do keep in mind, I have not played much Destiny 2. I did play for like a month or so. I slightly remember Curse of Osiris and Forsaken. Maybe I came back when those dropped, but again, with not having played it for the majority of the 3 years it's been out, yeah. Destiny was now a game that tried to appeal to a larger audience, making the grind for gear easier, basically throwing it at you, making the endgame basically a grind for tokens to hopefully get gear at a higher light, which was done via patrols, crucible matches, etc. Randomized perks, gone. In-depth subclass builds, gone. Tier 11 builds and min-maxing your character for raids, crucible, simple patrolling, gone. And they put snipers and shotguns in a slot that's not the secondary slot. All of these key factors that gave Destiny 1 hundreds upon hundreds of hours of replayability, gone. This is what caused me and basically the rest of the Sweet Potato Squad to jump ship after that brief honeymoon phase, where we all, thoroughly enjoyed the game until we realized there wasn't much left to do for like a month or so. And that made me really, really upset. Destiny 2 has been out for quite some time now though, so let's take a look into the changes that have been made thus far, and hopefully, not only myself but the rest of the Sweet Potato Squad will find joy in playing this game again. After what seemed to be an arduous almost 7 months of waiting for some sort of important, actually game-changing sort of updates and overhauls to restructure Destiny 2 from the ground up, it received the appropriately named Gotta Go Fast update in March 27, 2018. Now what this update aimed to do was to speed up the play and feel of the game, and they did so by tuning certain weapon perks and abilities. This time there was also the Curse of Osiris update, and slightly after the Gotta Go Fast update, the Warmind update. Both of these expansions did not do too much to change the game though, mainly just adding in new missions, storylines, and obviously loot. This is Destiny after all, right? Although it is important to mention that no new raids were added in this time, but rather new layers within the already existing Leviathan raid. But on the horizon, however, things started to look up. Dropping September 4th, 2018, the Forsaken major expansion gave Destiny 2 a very much needed facelift, and the community seemed to have been very pleased by this huge content drop. Please note, I probably didn't play Forsaken, although I do seem to remember, so maybe I came back and played Forsaken for a week or two, possibly, but I can't really speak on the entire community, right? This is just what I've digested from articles and videos. But Forsaken dropped with new super variants, of which I've still yet to try, and man, I'm itching to get my hands on the Chaos Reach, because the Warlock with the Kamehameha, like, why did nobody tell me this? Again, maybe I've used it before, and my memory is just terrible, but bro, that's nuts. Forsaken also fixed the whole sniper shotgun not in the secondary slot issue, and dropped an entire new awesome looking Last Wish raid. Not only did they do all of that, they added new locations, a whole new story where, spoiler alert, you're on a quest to avenge our boy K6's death as he was killed by that nasty ass prince. I think I did come back to the game around this time. I feel like I do remember that part, but regardless, Forsaken added a lot, and it was seen as an amazing change of pace by the Destiny 2 community as a whole. But this is just the beginning of year 2. What happens next? Coming after Forsaken and going through the entire year were new seasons named Season of the Forge, Season of the Drifter, Season of Opulence, in that order. The first Season of the Forge did not add too much from what I've seen and heard and read, although there's a new Horde mode added, which is something I thought would make a great addition to Destiny. Bungie, Bungie, hire me. And even a smaller size raid than your typical Destiny size raids, titled the Scourge of the Past. Coming after that is a Season of the Drifter, named thusly as it seemed to have been a season dedicated to the face of Destiny 2's new amazing PvP and PvE game mode, one that I was a really big fan of, titled Gambit. This added an exotic quest line for the most ruthless killer of a gun from back in my day, Thorn, which revolved around the Gambit game mode, and an updated version of such, titled Gambit Prime. Year 2 ended with the Season of Opulence, which the same day it came out, like 6 hours later, something like that, dropped a new raid, the Crown of Sorrow raid, which again looks pretty badass. Another feature I found to be super interesting was a new 6-person activity called the Menagerie, also netting you a chalice of opulence. And as you complete the Menagerie, you can use said chalice to make your own runes to determine what loot you're getting. Now, I have yet to take a deep dive into this activity by watching a really extensive gameplay, because I kind of want to do it myself because that sounds amazing, but man, that just sounds amazing, dude. New exotic weapons, a quest line for a new hand cannon called the Lumina, and even pinnacle weapons were added as well. And to me, that sounds like one successful year 2. But we're, at year 3. So what happens in year 3? Year 3 begins with Shadowkeep dropping with yet another awesome looking raid, the Garden of Salvation, which takes place in the Black Garden. Like, why did nobody tell me this, man? Why did nobody tell me it was taking place in the Black Garden? The Black Garden was arguably my favorite location in the entire original Destiny storyline. And they have a raid over there now? Wow. Also launched were Nightmare Hunts and a new 6v6 PvP game mode called Momentum Control, which seems pretty decent. Another exotic quest for a gun by the name of Xenophage was also released, and this was done during the season of Undying, which was followed up by the season of Dawn. This season added a cool new PvE mode called Sundial, where you would activate a structure to go through different portals, leading to different bosses at the end, which changed week to week. This season also had a secret puzzle within the corridors of time, and you solved it, and that netted you a really cool exotic fusion rifle by the name of Bastion. Now lastly, we have Season of the Worthy. Not much really happened in the game over the last 3 months, so there's not really much to see here. And right after this, a new season that is just launched as I'm recording this, Season of Arrivals, is leading the way into year 4 and the release of the very awesome looking Beyond Light expansion. I know we did not take an extremely deep dive, and I did not go over each and every season, each and every change, etc., because this is just a brief overview highlighting, in my opinion, the juicy stuff that's actually worth taking into consideration when you're thinking over the now age-old question, is it time for me to play Destiny 2 again? With the next 3 years being announced already, Beyond Light, The Witch Queen, and Lightfall, working title by the way, that sounds nuts, and Bungie coming out saying Destiny 2 is no longer in their eyes a sequel, but rather will become an amazing amalgamation of content old and new. My views on this game, after being out of the loop for a long time, are actually really positive. This could easily be me being biased, as I want this game to succeed and flourish like the good old days, playing all day and night with my friends on a video game we all deeply enjoyed. I could also not be biased, but I'll leave that up to you to decide for yourself. To answer the question of if you should attempt to hop back into the world of Destiny 2, I would say, honestly, maybe hold off for now. Season 11, aka Season of Arrivals, has only just begun, as I'm recording this yesterday, and there's not much known at this time of what is yet to come. This could be a slow 3 months leading up to September 22nd, which is not only the release date of the Beyond Light expansion drop, but also my mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. But to save you all the trouble, as you wrap up this video, if you're looking for a place to hang out after this video ends, and you want some more NeeblesFTW in your life, I mean, who doesn't? I'm going to be live on Twitch, link in the description, playing Destiny 2 from scratch, taking on not only the amazing story again, but also Season 11, and eventually, what could be the rebirth of my favorite IP of all time. Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of this video. If you did, comment the secret word SPUD down in the comment section below. I know this is a different form of video, one that you're not used to seeing from me on this channel, but the idea hit me, and I felt like I had to make a video like this. Something in my soul, in my roots, told me that this is a very appropriate video I need to make. And as I was making it, the Beyond Light was revealed, and the trailer was just released the other day, and it seems amazing. I feel like I had to make this video for a reason. I feel like all signs are pointing towards me playing Destiny again. So hopefully everything goes well. If you like the video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe as well. And let me know if y'all like these sort of more informative, long form style videos. And I can make some more, over the coming months, weeks, months, maybe years. I'll keep doing my funny moments videos as well. We got a Dead by Daylight video coming out next week. You don't want to miss that. But yeah, that's it, guys. I'll be streaming. I'm streaming right now, Destiny 2. If you want to hop in the stream, link down in the description. Twitch.tv/Neebles for the win. And yeah, that's the end of the video. So I'll see you next week, baby. Later.